Hello, everyone. It's been a while since I uploaded anything, and I want to wish you an early Christmas. Now, let's get diving to these two characters I actually want to talk about. Now, as you can see in front of me, a lot of people already know who this character is going to be, and they probably already know what she's all about and who she is. Obviously, I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point. But in my opinion, she is definitely going to be a tank, and then just a brawler at the same time that goes against other tanks. And the question is, do we roll? Most people already know what they want to do. They're going to roll for her just to either have her in her collection or just to have her in general and for her team or party, whatever you like to call it. Or just because, why not? It's pretty much up to you. Now, as a new person or someone that wants to reroll to see who they want to actually add towards or just start over or whatever the reason that they may have, the question is, do I roll for her as a new player, not as a veteran player, not as a person that has spent long hours in this game? And at that point, you should really know if if you should roll for her or not, because if you have pretty much what you have, then you got to make that decision on your own. Now, the thing is, though, with this character, I think she is fantastic, but my problem is, even though she is a killer tank, or she just, in general, counter tanks, and she's a tank herself, how often do you really see a tank be played in this game? I'm pretty sure there are times, but the problem is, maybe in GVG, I haven't really dipped in GVG, okay? Listen, I try to find guilds out there that are serious about GVG, or just in general of trying to see what people do in GVG. PvP, I have a very good understanding that most people in PvP, I want to say 90% of them, do not carry tanks. Because tanks in this game, in PvP, I feel like they can be good, okay? But the problem is, how do you track, or how do you gain aggro from the enemy team to focus on your tank? Which is really no way. I mean, if there is a way, please let me know. But from what I've seen, there's no way. Okay? Maybe there's an arc out there that allows you to track enemies, and that is the only way I can see that. But apart from that, nah, I don't even think tanks are even that great anymore. If they have enough guard chance onto them, I think that would be good enough. But they're not really tanky because you have DPS characters that really do just destroy tanks regardless. And you have characters that break guard. So, I mean, it just, I don't know. I think tanks need to be buffed and actually made to be viable in a sense. But anyways, enough about that rant. You're probably thinking to yourself, should I roll? Should I skip? As a new player, should I grab her? Or should I grab, obviously, the new 3 Sages, Kanin? Pretty sure it's Kanin. It's kind of weird. Well, it's pretty obvious, in my opinion. If you're a new player, you walk into this game, and you're looking to just start off right off the bat, and you're looking at these two characters, or if you're probably looking at not just her, right? They have a special deal coming on here. You could probably look into this. I would even recommend this. Even as a new player. I mean, you have probably the arcs. I could probably say, yeah, you probably can grab some of these. But character-wise, you're not looking for arcs just yet. When you're starting as a new player, you're looking for a character, not arcs. Now, even here, maybe there's a few. I don't know. In my opinion, I don't want any of them. I know that can trigger some people here. And I would say, listen, these are just mages. And on top of that, it really is up to you. I would avoid it. Okay. This is a great support character right here. Avocad of the God of Labyrinth. She's pretty good for you to pick up. Just because debuffing, she's really, really good at debuffing just the enemy. But apart from all that, I would recommend going with Kanin of the 3 Ages, because I think she would be, obviously she's going to be a DPS character, she's going to be a mage, She's a very new character that just recently got, I would say recently, it's been a while because I haven't been uploading, but from what I'm seeing so far, she is very recent to the time frame of where we're at, and without really a whole new lot of like different characters. I was kind of disappointed with what we have going on here, just because, hey, it's near Christmas and this is all we got. This is it. This is all you got, and then you had the pay bannered here. There wasn't any, hey, ho ho ho, Merry Christmas, pick your character for free. No, I don't know what happened here, because last year was great, but this year was a big disappointment. But between these two, gonna have to go with Connie. Now, maybe you want both of them, go for both of them, but try to focus on one and then try to get their arc, and maybe later on the road, if you want both of them, go for it. You know, I don't have a problem with that. And you can play the game however you want, but if you're looking for advice, I mean, right here, that's my advice. However, if that doesn't suit you, you want to be a tank, you don't really care how it starts off, go for Maya. She's great. I think she's great in her way, but she's not going to blow through the story that you want to do. Like, it'll take some time. But maybe that doesn't matter to you. You're okay with that. Maybe you like it slow and steady. Maybe you don't care to go like really fast and grind it out, get as much done as you can, and earn up crystals real quick. Now, even though we're sitting here, let's review some of the skills, because there is actually a few skills in here that I have not seen. And let's talk about Christmas Embrace. HP 30, I was going to say 30,000. 3,000, continuous high magic barrier, Mantis effect, and when taking magic attacks, chance to recover 50% of damage as HP. That's pretty wild to me. Saintly Spear, earth damage is 20%, and damage cap by 10,000, and when equipped with only one weapon, damage cap by 40,000. Instead of spear equipped, enemies' defense is 20% less and deal damage. This is okay. I think it's okay. It's not like too like wow crazy comparing to the Christmas Embrace, but it is okay for what it is. When HP hits 0, YOLO Tide Miracle. I think I'm saying that right. YOLO Tide Miracle. When HP hits 0, auto revive and fully restore HP, and when revived, revive all incapacitated allies with. This is crazy. And just that's wild to me. But it's not enough. Yes, this is great, but there's already characters that already kind of do that already without needing this. Honestly, it really isn't necessary, but hey, it's still good, because if there's other characters that don't have that, like auto revive, or when they hit a certain percent of HP, they regain it all, like that's still good. Twinkling Tanner, what the tinning? Okay, I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm not gonna try. Give the trait Evergreen. Growth's Christmas tree attack damage by 50% and damage cap by 20,000. Deal damage by 250% more to guarding enemies. Now, I'm not sure what this means. If this means, if obviously, I'm gonna assume that enemies that are guarding will take 250 more damage just from them guarding. Or does it mean when she guards, she does 250 more damage towards when she guards from enemies? But I think it's two enemies that when they're guarding. I'm gonna go with that because it makes the most sense. Because it's not from enemies, right? You don't do damage from them or to them, or those little words. I don't. I'm gonna go say it does damage to enemies that are guarding. Anyways, when magic, Maya's Christmas Cooking gives poison and gives you unit rage and a buff. Next skill, use damage by 150%, 150% damage, and cap by 1,000. This character is really good, like in a sense, but she is obviously going to tank. Well, we have some spear Giga Boost, two-handed spear boost, It's kind of wild because she holding like a two-handed. Hold on. I said bow for a moment. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Armor piercing, which is really good. You do 30%, defensive, deuce and shit. But overall, she's good. She's a support damage dealing character, more like a tank. Okay. Fully restore all ally skills, SAT, and 20% HP. I feel like this is good, but useless at the same sense. And the main reason I say it's useless is because, one, there's already arcs out there that give you skills, and Pirate Feast gives you, maybe you could take that off, but overall, it's okay. It's okay, and that's it. That's all I can leave it at. But overall, she is a very good character to have. I feel like she should have been a little bit more tanky. Apart from that, and this song is way too hyped for absolutely no reason. But I think she should have been a little bit more tanky. I feel like she wants to revolve around a team, which is good, right? It's not necessarily bad because, one, that's how tanks should be. It's not like they should do the most damage. They should support their team, give them boost of damage, or just survivability, or something like that, okay, along the lines. But the problem is with that idea, you have supports that also sort of do the same thing. Because tanks need to do a little bit more than just supporting. They also should take the damage as well while trying to support and keep the team alive. I feel like Last Claudia needs to work on that because some tanks don't do that kind of thing. Some, not all. Some do. Some actually don't focus on keeping team alive or aggro, or they don't feel like they're tanky at all. Now, maybe it's because the build is a little bit off and I could do a little bit better and actually sit there and figure out what does what and how he can survive or how she can survive or things like that. But normally I put max defense, max or health, not even sometimes really depends, or magic, increase of magic resistance. But it feels like even if I put all of that on, regardless, they get one shot depending on like what you're doing, like PvP. Dude, tanks don't even freaking matter because you wanna know why? They can get one shot. I'm ranting on a little bit too hard on about this, but I just want to point out some things. Now, she's great. I think she's would be very good for a team. If you want to start off, you want to build a team around this character, or you want this character to build around a certain team, go for it. You want to go through the freaking storyline, you go with her, because she is going to be your DPS character. And plus, you know, how could you not go for a waifu? She looks like a Final Fantasy, not from this like picture that you're seeing right here like this, but her actual pixel art looks like she could have been from a Final Fantasy scene. Now, she'd be really great because of just battles start, give a unit an auto revive effect and no time limit, and physical attack damage encounter taken by 30% less. Every 6 seconds, deal thunder damage to the closest enemy, which is really good. And why is this so hype? Like, oh, it's so great. She's going to be attack damage is 100% and damage capped by 13,000, and enemies to fate or break, which is good. Continue a recast grand aura and effective chance to thunder attack, magic, and special to deal criticals. So this would be really good for just having magic damage and her special, by the way. So she's a giant purge. Any bosses, you know, or giant characters, which normally bosses is what you're gonna do. She's a breaker, which is great to have. Chance to drive, damage to enemies faint or in break 20%, which is very useless, by the way. This is good in PvE, but it is bad in PvP because of, it really depends on the situation. She also has a magic attack damage up, robe boost that increases her magic, and MND, stat boost increasing magic, high level enchanting increases the casting speed by 20%, post of honor, oh my goodness, honor, and yeah, I mean, overall, this would be a great character for you to have if you truly want a character like this. She would do, you know, really good damage for a Thunder character. Thunder Focus Mage character. Now, that doesn't mean she can't cast any other spells if you learn it, but her main goal is for Thunder only. Now, you know, the game is the game as it is. So, yeah, overall, yeah, two great characters to have. It really depends on who you think you want to go with. I already, recommended what I would go with. But overall, yeah, thanks for tuning in and have a wonderful day, guys.